without any further ado, I'm going to ask our graduates if they would come up here. Just come up here and turn about, face the crowd. I'm going to see if they can come in the order that I told them to get in. Yeah, you done it. Jude's was easy. He says, I'm in the middle, whichever way y'all line up. We have Carter Bullerdick, Jude Monaghan, River Reel as graduates of their various institutions. Carter was going to be graduating from Huff High School over in Cornelius. Jude from East Lincoln in Denver. And River just did graduate. We had our ceremony Friday to where he graduated from South Lake Christian Academy in Huntersville. Interestingly enough, with these particular young men, we were all together at one time. South Lake Christian Academy was the common denominator of which we were all at together at one time. But this just goes to show you that life changes. And the plans that we have, sometimes they are pitched aside and the other plans take their place. And so for years we were all together, but then life itself made us separate. But the thing is this, they're all together here, and they're all together here Sunday in, Sunday out. And I appreciate that commitment for them to be here and to be a part of Impact Community Church to the degree that they are is a blessing to me, and I really appreciate it, guys. I'll give you a little individual now as we break it down into this young man here, Carter Bullerdick. Like I said, graduating from Huff, and Carter, I met Carter at the Lazy Five Ranch. What grade were you in? Do you remember? That was second grade. Second grade. There was this little kid. I was a chaperone. Didn't particularly care about being a chaperone, but when we went to the Lazy Five and we had all these animals to play with, I was fine with that. But then here it comes lunchtime and playtime, and so there's this kid that has a frozen drink bottle of some sort, and nothing will come out of it. And he picks me. He brings it to me. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? You know, it's supposed to be my nap time. What are you doing bothering me? And so he couldn't get any drink out of it. So we figured this out. If I would shake it and get the ice all broke up and shake it, that eventually it would melt down and he'd get a sip. And off he'd run and play and come back and get a sip and then hand it back to me. Play. And we done that for probably 45 minutes until he finished his drink. And I started and began a wonderful friendship with this young man. To the degree that, he's been in my house, he's been in my vacations. He's basically ruined my life. So, but no, I'm kidding about that. It's just been a great joy to be with him and to grow with him spiritually. He began to attend church when we were all at South Lake Presbyterian Church, and he just latched on, and I think the Lord has brought him to a realization, brought him to a place of peace, and in the midst of circumstances that many of us do not have to bear. So I'm grateful for you. Brother Jude here, Jude Monaghan, I feel like I've known him all my life. And it's kind of one of those things. And you'd have to get with the Monaghan family to where we exactly connected. I think, and they'll correct me if it's wrong, but not now, later. I believe that I met Diane first because I went to work at South Lake Christian Academy and found out real quick that she was the lady that writes the check. So we became real good friends immediately. And then, of course, Reed was working at South Lake as well. He introduced me to Jim and a Bible study, and then here comes the kids wafting together, and he's got two sons that are basically the same age as my two sons, and which we enjoyed camping and vacationing and just hanging out together. And and it's been real interesting watching Jude's journey, because Jude is a very, very interesting person. If you don't believe it, just have lunch with him one time, and you'll say, gosh, he is interesting. That's the only word we can figure out at this time to use. But Jude is again, it's been great knowing and being with him, and sharing and counseling and just being together and living together. The guy on the end over there, he's like a son to me. That's my biggest line at Southlake. Every time we're introducing him for something, I always say that, and it gets the same laugh that you give me. I'm sure it'll get old one day. But being his father has never gotten old. It's a great joy of mine to be his dad, and God has blessed me with him. Oh yeah, and another one. But this is River's Day. So, we have certainly lived life together ever since July 14th of 2004 when I grabbed him up. So, and I'm very proud of him. He's done really well as a student at Southlake. He recently did win a very prestigious award that Southlake offers, and that is the Servant Leadership Award that goes to a graduate. It's not quite as much money tied with it as other scholarships, but as his mom said yesterday at a party and at a gathering, that money we'll all spend and it'll get gone quick, but character lasts forever. And so I'm very proud of that award that he received, and he's a pretty good guy. He is. He's all right. And I will say one other thing as I was describing him, the recipient of the award. Of course, I didn't know at the time. No one knew. There's 3 people in the whole school that knew, and I wasn't privy to that. And so they said that one of his words that he always says when, "Hey, River, can you give me a hand?" And his response is a lot like my response, and we both have the same response, and it's, "Sure. Yeah, we'll help you out. Now, don't know when, you're on the list, but sure, we got you." And then they went on to describe and said, well, and River, or this student, he will take care of your need. He'll help you, and it doesn't matter how long it takes. He will be there to help you out. And then I knew it was him as well by then, because yes, River will do anything to stay out of class and to miss class. I will help you all day long if I don't have to go to class. So I said, hey, that's my guy. So, but enough about him. Back to them. Collectively, they have been friends for a long time. And, I have enjoyed the time that they have had together at my house or on vacation with us, or we at their house, whatever it may be. They have been a kind of bonded together, and a unity between them. I believe that, and I want to believe, and I do believe that the unity of them is Christ, because they do have different backgrounds, but they do come together as friends. And I think in that bond of time spent here, of being believers and being known by our Lord and knowing our Lord has put them together. Who knows where they're going to go? One goes off here, one goes off there, and we just don't know that. Our plan was for all of us to graduate from Southlake Christian Academy, and we see that didn't even happen. But if this is the chapter, so be it. If there's more to come, so be that. But my challenge to all of you boys is just go and grow in the love of Christ. When you go to Nashville to cut that record, when you become a famous businessman, and when you get the full-on custodial job at wherever it is you're going to be, then just do it with all your heart and go and be blessed. And we thank you. And we as a church have got a little gift for you. And so here we are. It is a gift card to Walmart. to be spent on books and school supplies, not on your own privy. I don't want to see no receipts come my way that you bought fishing supplies or candy or drinks, none of that. All right? But we do. God bless you, and we appreciate you, and thank you so much for being a part of our union here at Impact Community Church. All right? All right, brothers. Have a seat.